Hey there. Hey, how are things going with you? Things are kind of crazy around here. Let's get some time outside for a minute. I've been trying to keep this yard in better shape. Every year I promise myself I'm going to stay up on the mowing and the trimming, and every year it falls to the wayside because I've got like 4 different bosses. I've got this, I've got the restaurant, I've got the band, I've got my own music, and then 2 YouTube channels. So I'm always dividing my time between the greater of the evils, I guess you could say. I'm all caught up on the burning over here. See the barrel right there? Since it's the 1st of May, burning is all of April. So I didn't get it all done over at the other house, but got it all done here. Of course, there's always leaves to take care of. I call these first couple of months of spring the Billy Idol paychecks because they're all just mow, mow, mow. All the pretty bushes are in bloom. More of them over here on this side of the house. They're already starting to lose their color, but they're nice and pretty. We had a little accident here. The big pot that was sitting in the corner on that base got pulled over. Kind of blown over. It's been there for years. Somebody had to pull it over and it smashed. It was kind of a art project, all the broken pieces, but I finally picked up the pieces and got it all resituated, but we need to get something for the top of it again. But what I really wanted to show you is the little bit of gardening that I've done. I got some tomatoes in the ground and some peppers in the ground. I moved some surprise lilies over to this area from underneath the big bushes over there. And they seem to be doing okay. They're starting to rot away now. That's what they do. And then they'll flop up some flowers later in the spring. But here I put my pepper plants. And you could see one of them was doing a lot better than the others. And one of them was doing a whole lot worse than the others. But I went ahead and put it in the ground anyway. See if I can bring it back to life. Oh, my thumb in the shot there. Then back over in this area, we got 4 pepper plants going right along there. And then up against the fence, we got cherry tomatoes over there and regular tomatoes there. And she wanted her stupid cucumber down there, so that's going to take up part of the wall, but at least it didn't get in the way of most of the tomatoes. I still have a couple of tomato plants that I need to find places for. I don't really have a good place to put them yet because we don't really have a garden here. We just kind of have places where we stick stuff. She, meaning my stepmother, always buys flowers, and I don't give a crap about flowers. So I put them in the ground when I'm on the clock, but the vegetables are kind of my pet project, I guess. I don't know. Last spring I got a few views off of the start of the season videos and a burning video that I made, so I thought I need to practice being on camera. I've kind of fell off a little bit because I keep saying YouTube's in a weird place right now because there's a lot of people that are like getting away from social media and not spending as much time on their phones and getting back to nature. That I feel that's something that I need to be doing too, but I'm still trying to grow this channel as a content creator, and it's hard splitting my time between the pop culture, music and movies and stuff, and of course the whole world is on fire, so I get into the political ones too, and I know there's a lot of people that are tired of hearing that stuff. If you don't like that stuff, just scroll on by. Just please don't unsubscribe. And if it's the first time here, please subscribe. And if I'm gonna go with whatever content gets me the most views. So if you want to see more pictures of me mowing or something, that just seems boring to me because that's work. That's my job. But I'll do it if you guys want to see it. But I will be doing more music videos, and I'm going to be getting more music up on my other channel, the Oddbender channel, too. So look up that, and still inching my way towards 100 subscribers. I just need a few more, so please subscribe. And you don't have to do any notifications. Don't even have to watch my videos if you don't want to. Just subscribe. I got to get them numbers up. And try to make a positive video, and it ends up being a ranty, whiny, woe is me video. Imagine that. This is like a thing I heard not too long ago, and I can't remember. It's a theory, so it's got a name. I can't remember who did it, but it's basically in the olden days, before 1800s and up even through the 1800s, society was flip-flop from the way it is now. And back then, world conflicts, I mean, there was wars and things and stuff would happen, but the world in itself was pretty safe and consistent. But the day-to-day life of a person before modern amenities like plumbing and heating and cooling and electricity in general and water and all of that stuff, day-to-day life was a freaking struggle. Every day you were wondering where you were going to get your next meal from, or where you were going to get fresh water, and are all your kids still alive, or all your animals still alive. And it was just a full-time job just keeping people alive. That should be a lyric. That was pretty good, actually. But now, in modern times, the whole world seems to be in conflict at any given time. And I couldn't imagine living in those countries where you had to worry about bombs dropping on you. I'm so privileged to live in America, even as much of a shithole this place is anymore. But the whole world is on fire. But our individual lives are generally pretty good. We got running water, we got electricity. I can go to the gas station and get my choice of 15, 18, 35 different sodas or waters or tea or juices, and there's 100 different choices for food, and you've got money to buy food, and some things are getting harder and harder by the day, but generally a poor person today lives in better conditions than a king 300 years ago had access to. So all that creates some sort of a cognitive dissonance in our minds that, oh, if you could just ignore all of that, if you could stop doom scrolling the news on your phone, you would think the world is a beautiful place, you know, and just live your life day to day. And that sounds great, but it's sort of a burying your head in the sand situation, right? Like, you know, every time something happens, everybody goes, oh, who could have foreseen this? Well, us people paying attention to what's going on in the world and going on in the news and going on in Washington and going on in Hollywood and going on everywhere around the world, we told you. We've been telling you. We've been trying to warn you. And like I said, I'm not going to make this into a real political one, but that's just where it's at. I want to make videos about planting tomatoes and weird bands that I've found recently, and other music that I'm listening, and other music that I'm playing, and history stuff that's all in my brain about music and movies and all the things that I know. But it just seems irresponsible when, like I said, when the world's on fire, when we're blowing up innocent people and costing billions of dollars a day to do it. So I'm just here trying to make a work-life balance and show my life to the world. If you're interested, then like and subscribe and do all those things. That's such a cliche way to end the video. I'm gonna get back inside because I just don't feel comfortable outside. I hate it, actually, honestly. And that's sad to say, and I'm not proud of myself for having that opinion, but I'm just not at ease when I'm in nature. Alright, we're back inside with my books and electricity and lights and my guitars and all of that stuff. Dubs proposed a question one day about paying people to do things. Obviously, you have to pay people to do a job because if it was something they wanted to do, you wouldn't have to pay them to do it. But he was curious in his side of mildly psychopathic mind. How much could you pay somebody to endure pain? Like, how much is a cut with a knife worth in dollar wages? I guess you could say wages. Could you just pay somebody to just beat them up all day? And I came to the realization that that's kind of what he does with me. He has to pay me to be outside. I love doing the mowing and I love doing the gardening and all that stuff. But up to my own devices, I would rather be inside a weather-conditioned room that's the right temperature with electricity for all of the things that I need. I need electricity and potable water and food and an air fryer and all those things. Camping, it just seems like the worst experience I could ever imagine being in, short of actual physical pain. So yeah, Dubs, you pay me to be in pain every day when I'm outside under the sun, in the heat, sometimes in the cold. It's a lot of privilege to not have to work in the cold. A friend was showing me his hand warmers. You know, you tear the thing and the air makes the chemicals in it. Hand warmers for like 15 hours. And I'm like, I will never need those. I will never need the full body Carhartt suit, because any environment that I ever go in that I would need those things, I'm not staying in that environment long enough to do any work for any length of time. So I don't ever need those things. I hate that I have to spend hours and hours of my time every week that I could be playing guitar, making videos, or doing something that's going to be relevant in 20 years or 50 years, hopefully. But at least it's something I'm leaving. Mowing that grass is not going to make a difference if I do that. And we had to have the fancy house in the fancy neighborhood. So we've got the big old ego lawn, the American landscape. And it's just disgusting. It goes against everything I believe in. All of the poisons I have to put down to keep the dandelions away. And the dandelions are the best thing for a yard. Remember back in the day, there used to be fireflies, and you go out at sunset. And unfortunately, that's when the mosquitoes come out too. But your whole yard would just be littered with lightning bugs. And now you don't see any of that shit. I don't see any animals or creatures in the yards anymore, because we've just killed everything off. Kill off the dandelions, that kills off the bees, and you kill off the bees, you know what they've been saying for 30 years, that that's the basis of all of our gregarian, is that the right word? Gregarian, is that planting and horticulture and all that stuff? All our food, basically. But I have to do it because that's how I make money, and the way the feudal system is laid out, I can't make any money off of this yet, so I just got to keep doing it for the love of the game. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble now. This video has no point. I hope you watch. I hope you like it. If you like my plants, tune back in. Maybe the first of the month or sometime around that time, I'll just do a check-in and see how my plants are doing. So get emotionally invested in my pepper plants, my tomato plants. I'll love it. All right. I love you all. If you made it this far, especially, you're the fucking best. I'll see you on the next one, I guess.